we have been listening to music our whole lives. We're music advocates. We're music, aficionados. We breathe it. We live it. Musicians ourselves. YI is a musician. Coming soon album. Whenever the fuck he wants to drop it, it's gonna drop. It's coming.
We've
So
been saying that since 10th grade.
so we feel really, attached to a lot of these stories that come out. And currently, the Astroworld Festival has been one that's been so crazy to me. Rest in peace to the 8 fallen lives, and prayers to people who are still hospitalized over there in Houston. And to be honest, I'll list their names. So we have
Of the deaths?
of the deaths, yes.
God bless.
So we have a 14-year-old, a 16-year-old, a 21-year-old, another 21-year-old, 2 more 23-year-olds, and then a 27-year-old. Right there is a total of 7.
Right there.
And then the 8th still remains unknown, the age-wise.
What happened with the 10-year-old? He didn't pass away.
So there was a 10-year-old who passed, supposedly passed
really
away.
Did he pass away?
No, he's
Or
in
got
critical
Thomas?
condition.
Oh, he's
Thomas is in
he's
critical condition.
Like he
Well, let's
like
pray for
really
Thomas to
bruised
push
up on
through.
his head and everything. He got like stepped on and
Oh
shit.
my
He's in critical
Jesus.
condition.
Yeah,
Christ.
so that's very sad. Let's pray for Thomas to push through and come through and stay here on Earth with us.
Can you explain a little bit of the backstory
Yeah.
and the event and everything?
So before we get into this, I'm going to list the names real quick. I think we only have 7 names because I think the unknown, we still don't have the unknown's name. But rest in peace to John Hilgert, Jorge Perez, Brianna Rodriguez, Franco Patino, Jacob Jurenek, and Rudy Peña. Damn, some Hispanics in there.
Yeah.
Our family, man. Yeah, so, and they're not just any people, man. They're fans of music.
Probably wanted to have a good time with other people.
Yeah.
And when I went to
This shit's gonna get real.
when we went to when I went to my first Travis Scott concert, it was with you.
Oh, yes, at URI, our university in Kingston, Rhode
And
Island.
it was for, what album was that?
I want to say,
his first shit.
was it Astroworld? No, it was before Astroworld. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
Rodeo.
It wasn't Rodeo.
Huh?
Oh,
It
Birds in
wasn't-
the Trap, Sing My Night. I think it was
Birds in the Trap, right?
Birds in the Trap. It was Birds in the
Was
Trap.
it?
Yes, yeah.
He played a lot of.
Yeah, it was
Rodeo.
Birds in the Trap. It was Birds in the Trap.
Birds in the
Yeah,
Trap.
he probably played a lot of shit. Yeah, because that
It
was
wasn't
like
Rodeo.
the first one. You know what I'm saying?
Birds in the
And-
Trap.
Probably. All right.
Me, Marloon, and Nicole, we left.
Oh, yes.
So I was front row. Like I was at the fence
Yeah.
right there,
Yeah,
and people started shoving.
yeah.
And I knocked the wind out some fucking kid because he was just being mad annoying. I had mad females on me. So I got aggravated. I was like, yo, fuck this. I left from the front. I gave up being in the front, bro.
Yeah.
And just went into the bleachers mad fucking far away. Because I was like, fuck this. Like,
Yeah.
people just get out of hand, yo.
And me and her, we left. We went to the bleachers because it was just way too aggressive. And that was his whole promotion. Like his t-shirts would be, I survived the rodeo.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yes,
his merch.
And it was
I survived. Like that's
Yeah.
grim now.
It's a very iconic strategy when it comes to Travis Scott concerts. Like,
Yeah.
you know what you're going to get. Days before Rodeo, that promotion, classic mixtape, classic performances, whether it was a tour, whatever it was, amazing performances. And then during that time, you still had reports of, inciting riots, this and that.
People
getting
jumping off
charged.
balconies.
People jumping off balconies. And that was days before Rodeo. And then it was like the leading up to the Rodeo. And you have an album that's called Rodeo. It's like you're about to go crazy when you listen to it, and you're going to go crazy when you see it live. And then we had Birds in the Trap Sing My
He's
Night.
just getting bigger and bigger. The audiences are just getting
Yeah.
bigger and bigger. The
Yeah.
stadiums are and everything is just escalating.
Yeah, Birds got a bit more lower tone, but still crazy, but not as crazy as Rodeo. But then we have Astroworld returning with this at the heightened level, the maximum level, where you have him actually having a roller coaster in the stadium. I went to go see him live. I wasn't a part of the general admission, but the general admission was going crazy. I'll tell you that much. The people on the ground next to the stage, they were going hard. I'm familiar with the atmosphere, the mosh pit atmosphere. When we went to the first Travis Scott concert, I was in it, bitch. I was going hard. I loved it. You know, when you're really in it, and we experienced it in Day in Vegas, the most recent
The
one.
worst experience of my fucking life.
Yeah.
In Las Vegas with Tyler Creator and J. Cole, Kendrick. We saw them all perform.
This nigga liked that shit.
And I was going crazy.
He stayed there.
Listen.
And I'm a bigger guy, and this nigga's smaller, and I was fearful that I was
hate
gonna be on the
that shit,
ground.
bro.
What I would see was that the audience is I'm talking about tens of thousands of
Yeah.
people. The energy from coming from the back, moving forward, and then
It's like
moving
a wave.
back and moving,
It's like a
and
wave
then side to
of water.
side. It's just way too strong.
I didn't.
So that's when you go to the sidelines. That's when you go more to the
I
sides.
bro, I came to fucking listen. This is what I paid for. I'm trying to enjoy my shit. I don't want to have you fucking breathing down my neck, pushing me and shit, and making me feel mad uncomfortable.
So
like,
that's
like,
the
bitch,
thing.
I'm already
two
tight.
sides.
Yeah,
There's
there's definitely two sides
There's
to
people
that.
who love that, you know, and
And
there's
they
people
strictly go for that.
Yeah, and there's people who don't know what they're getting. There might be three sides because there's people who also love that and then go too overboard.
Yeah.
When we were in the mosh pit at Day in Vegas, there was people with the party packs. They had a little bag with different types of pills, passing them out. Yo, you want to take one? You want to take one? Offering me some. I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. And then you have some people who also, when it was time to open up the circle, do a mosh or whatever, right? They'll help each other out. And like they'll be like, let's back up, let's back up. Someone falls, they'll literally help him. Pick him up, pick him up. Like it's almost like survival mode. Like you're in a freaking jungle. People taking off their shirts.
I never seen
a
some
lot
shit
of
like this in my
sweat,
life.
a lot of high intensity energy.
And
And that night was cold, but that shit got hot in the pit.
Yeah.
It got hot in there.
Yeah.
It got hot in there.
Yeah,
Emotions
yeah.
at an all-time high.
Yeah.
So we have Mr. That. If you have a that by like to sum it up with one word, Travis Scott.
You got fucking fire. And you got Drake coming on. And you got 50,000 people.
And it's his festival.
Crazy.
It's not like it's Rolling Loud and he's coming out. It's the Astroworld Fest.
This is what we came in and not
Astrofest.
And just starting off the show, starting off the festival, niggas running through the gates, plumaging them,
fences and everything.
and people falling over it.
Already.
Niggas already starting to step on them.
Yeah.
That should be a red flag right there.
Yeah. Play the video more in the first link in the notes. There's an article that has two videos. Play the first one. It's like a news video. Play it fully behind us when you can, please.
Chaos at a music festival in Houston turned deadly. Police say a crowd surge left hundreds injured, at least 17 hospitalized, and 8 people dead.
The crowd began to compress towards the front of the stage. Okay, and
real
that
investigation.
caused
Houston
some panic.
police is
According to
involved.
police,
Like,
of
this
the
is like
17 people hospitalized, 11 were in
mass-
cardiac arrest.
We were definitely getting pushed.
11 got hit with cardiac arrest.
she's a what?
Very aggressively.
Fan?
And
Was she there? She was there. She was there.
It
A
was
witness.
intense. It was intense.
The incident took place at the 3rd annual Astroworld Festival, headlined by Houston native Travis Scott. A live stream of the event showing Scott stopping his 75-minute performance several times when he spotted fans in distress in the crowd.
We need somebody to help him. Somebody passed out right here.
We were seeing people getting pulled out of the crowd, and we would see some of these people unconscious.
Authorities setting up a
You got a kid.
reunification center for
Innocent murder,
families
God
at a
bless.
nearby hotel and still trying to identify victims, some as young as 10 years old.
Tonight's focus, though, needs to be on the families and on the lives that we lost, many of them extremely young, tragically young.
And this video captured during
That's
the
the
day
start. I
on
believe
Friday
was it the
shows
merch?
hundreds of people rushing checkpoints and
Merch
destroying
too?
security
You went for the
cameras at
merch
the end.
This is so sad.
Look at that. Incredible.
This morning, officials are
even
searching for
worse.
answers
Oh
about
my
what
God.
caused the crowd rush.
Nobody could dream of this, but we're here, and I think it's very important that none of us speculate.
So, we have two fans in the
I
crowd.
saw this video.
Stop trying to stop the show.
Yeah, there's like different angles, but
Trying to stop the show.
The girl's like trying to tell the cameraman's like, yo, there's someone. I think she legit says dead. Is it there's someone dead? Like stop him, like this and that. But like you can see that the cameraman either is not understanding what he's saying, but it's like at the same time he's like really trying to focus, like doing his job and shit.
Yes.
And then the other kid comes up, he's like, yo, like there's really someone like dead or like, you know, not breathing, whatever. It's like tell him to stop, like this and that.
Two heroes trying
Shit's
was trying their
sad,
best
man.
to be, but really being themselves, looking out for their fellow fans in the crowd, fellow friends who unfortunately might have been amongst the people who passed away. You know, and I want to keep pulling up the facts before we get into opinions because that's another thing. There's a lot of facts with this. We got to break down the facts.
Yeah.
Can you pull up the Instagram link? Because there was 50,000 people there. So everyone has their own perspective of what happened.
This was that some individual was injecting other people with drugs. We do have
This
a
is the one
report of a
amongst the
security
most.
officer,
I hope it's not true.
according to the medical staff
But it seemed
that
like
was
it.
out and treated him last night, that he was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan.
You got Telemundo
He
there.
was
Look at-
revived,
You got everyone. All
and
10
the
TVs.
medical staff did notice a prick that was similar to a prick that you would get if somebody's trying to inject.
And that happened to a staff member.
Yeah, he said that while he was getting checked, he went unconscious, and then he got brought back with what's that shit called? I don't know. He got brought back, and then they checked his neck, and they saw that there was actually like some sign of like needle actually being injected into him.
A couple more facts. We have videos that we've seen that I'm not even going to pull up here because it's too graphic, but there's videos that are factually online. Specifically, there's one of the medics grabbing a body. I think it was a female, a lady, and like helping her. She was passed out. She almost looked blue. And as they pulled her out, like from like a section, let's say VIP or something, like something that was gated off, the staff dropped her and she dropped on her head, but she was already passed out. God forbid, I'm not sure if she's amongst the people who died. She might have been dead, you know? And then her head hit the ground, and that shit hit me. I was like, oh shit, like it's so chaotic, like, but at the same time, these people, maybe they didn't expect it. Maybe they weren't the properly, like people that had to be there, like not the properly trained people there. We have videos of people, literally medics, not knowing what to do. Like calling a girl, like a girl was like, I know this, I know CPR, blah, blah. Come here and help us then. Come here and help us then. How do you do this? How do you do this and that? And this is people with actual staff shirts. That could be a medic, so on, so forth, or it could be just people who are, you know, maybe a part of the staff for that specific reasoning. And then we have people jumping, lastly, fans on top of ambulance cars. So there's people who are trying to come and help, but then you have actual fans who are disrupting this help because they're jumping on top of the ambulance car. They're keeping the hype
on
going.
some rage shit.
On some
I want to party.
Yeah, like they
not
don't
knowing
know
the severity was, and that's the problem when you have 50,000 people. People keep on saying why Travis Scott didn't do anything and stop the show. Listen, Travis firstly is used to the chaoticness. You know, he's used to them raging like crazy.
Yeah, people were trying to be like, oh, like he didn't want to stop the show and shit like that.
Dog.
It's like,
When you have these lights, dog, when you have these lights on you, you can't see the crowd like that.
Yeah.
You can't, and you have things in your ear. You're not listening really what's going on. Like you're in your stuff, you're performing, and there's 50,000 people. They're all gonna be screaming. They're all gonna be doing different things. You don't know how to handle that.
Yeah, there was a bunch of videos of like people chanting, "Stop the show, stop the show," and it's like. I know,
but you see how far back they were, though.
Yeah, they're trying to put the blame on someone. I get it.
Yeah,
right? But it's
because
like,
it hurts, dog. It's so deep.
No,
because that's the deepest.
But at the end of the day, it's like the shit that stands out the most is the whole whoever the fuck it was injecting fucking people, my nigga.
That's a lot. It's too.
It's like the cherry on top.
To me, it's like almost
dog.
like unbelievable. Like at that point, it's like, does that have a connection to the people that passed away, or is it just people who got injured, but the people that passed away weren't amongst the people injected? And who got injected? Let's have a list of that, like amongst the staff and just in general. Does someone have an eyewitness account of this person who was injecting people? Because if it was that to that nature that multiple people are reporting it,
some fucked up shit.
Someone had to be seen.
Somebody was like, "This is a concert."
That was straight up planned, bro.
Plenty of cameras there.
Straight up planned. It's like, oh shit, I got a needle on me. Fuck it, let me just You planned. Put that shit on you. You're like, I'm gonna go to the fucking show and I'm gonna just.
I don't know
with
what's going on.
And people were questioning Travis, right? But then this was before.
Questioning Travis about what?
Like, oh, who's at fault, blah, blah. But this was before the apologies. Pull up the first apology. So we have the first one. Where it was
message.
Written,
the message.
Note. Pull it up. You guys share your opinion on it. Everyone's mixed. I see a lot of people who do not love it, and especially now after the video, it's on the notes, Mar. I have the photo, and especially now after the video,
the Twitter one.
Yes, it's like a quote retweet. And that's one of the examples of one of the many voiced opinions on Twitter. The sentiment towards that specific actual.
Some people thought it wasn't genuine. Some people thought he shouldn't like post it on the story. He should post it
What
up.
I saw Travis Scott do.
Well, I'm talking about the written one though. The
What
random
the-
one he
I thought you
posted it.
talking-
He
okay.
tweeted that. He
Yeah.
tweeted that.
I thought you
I
talking
think
about
he
the video.
only tweeted that. And then the video was on Instagram. On Instagram story.
Professional tweet put forth
PR,
by
maybe PR staff.
Yeah.
Not necessarily him.
100%.
And now I think about it, that's a good point because now if you do watch the video, there's not a correlation between them. Like it's different people.
Dog, this is
Listen,
we're dealing
Human
with
Mark?
we're dealing with death as your concert. We're not gonna let you just say whatever.
So
we're
right-
your PR baby. We're gonna make sure you're saying the right thing. We're gonna
above,
rate.
Let's see real quick. What did the lady say on Twitter? So she said, "Never seen someone write." I'm sorry to laugh, but this is like, it's like whoa. Never seen someone write an apology note without the apology in it. Now let's go to apology. Read it out, Eric. This is Travis Scott's apology.
I'm absolutely devastated by what took place last night. My prayers go out to the families and all those impacted by what happened at Astroworld Fest. Houston PD has my total support as they continue to look into the tragic loss of life. I'm committed to working together with the Houston community to heal and support the families in need. Thank you to Houston PD Fire Department, NRG Park for their immediate response and support. Love you all. Travis Scott.
Okay, so this is the first thing we get from him. He had two things that were going to happen. There was going to be an after party that night. I believe that was canceled. And then he had another Astroworld Fest the next day. It was canceled. But then we got that apology. But it's not really, I guess, now that it's no really apology in it, really. It's not no direct, like, I'm sorry, but then it's like.
When you're dealing with legal shit, what are you sorry for?
Yes. Because the thing is this.
Then you put blaming yourself.
There's a lot of young kids who probably even watching this, and just in general, that were affected by this, aside if you're watching us talk about it or not. But they don't understand the legal world. If Travis Scott takes full-on responsibility,
he's at fault.
He's at fault for 8 murders. And that's 8 murder charges, amongst 3 that were minors, or 2. They were minors in general. So, in a perfect world, he can be like, yo, I take full responsibility for everything happened.
I'm going to try to help the families.
This is my festival. It was during my performance. I saw some ambulance. I looked over. I thought someone was going to help. I didn't think about, like, anything further. My staff didn't tell me. You know, I'm going to donate proceeds, something.
There you go.
Right?
You start mentioning staff. Now we got to do investigation on the
But then it's
staff. Now
like-
you start saying all this shit, and we got to start doing investigation on all these things.
Now let's watch the video. This is the video of Travis that he followed it up with the video of him actually apologizing. I think I put the link to it. It's going to be like a TikTok link.
It's a TikTok one, right?
Yeah, because I posted it on TikTok to have record of it. Right there. So put it full screen when you get the chance, please.
I don't think I can.
Or just zoom in. Put the volume in and zoom in.
Thank you.
Put the volume.
To the ones that was lost last night, we're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, you know, help them get the help they need, you know. I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone.
Yeah.
So, you know, people are making memes of him because of this video, because of the way he's like rubbing his head. Like, does he have a headache? Like, what's going on?
God.
It's an uncomfortable situation.
Dog, this guy is
like,
distraught. I saw this video and I said, this guy's in pain.
He doesn't know how to act.
He's in pain, dog.
Like, what?
Yeah, I
I'm
see both sides.
I'm
though, 'cause my
surprised he
thing-
would even post it. Like,
someone-
you feel me? Like,
someone did point out though, even the fact that
It's on his story.
well, the one is on his story. 2 is like he putting filters on this shit. Just upload the video. Like, he doing this black and white shit. He's always done the black and white filter though. That's like his aesthetic. But then I guess like, yeah, there's an argument that can be made. Like, is there any need for this aesthetic right now? This is so serious. But then I've always seen Travis, even from early on. He's so big, right? But he's always been very insecure. He always covers his face in his photos. He hides his face. He covers his mouth when he smiles. Here we
That's a
have
good
him
point.
like covering like, or going like this, like trying to cover maybe his face, or like literally trying to show you visually stress. But I don't think people are interpreting it as if it's acting, like as if like
I took it as
legally
genuine.
you have to.
So
I
did
took it as genuine.
So did I.
Legally, you would
took
have
it-
to like
that angle is a bad angle. Like if we're gonna break it down, if a nigga wants to be like look good,
critical. It is
dog,
a bad
it's
angle.
a bad angle. You
No
know, your
filter
lips is looking
needed.
chopped, your hair's looking crazy.
Yeah.
Like nigga,
But that's
like
the thing, you're
I saw
worried
his
about
hair
the
and I'm
wrong
like, nah, this
thing.
nigga really cares.
Exactly.
God bless. God.
It's
Yeah.
like I don't know.
But I'm
man.
being real.
But then that video compared to the note is like it's two different worlds. You got
No,
the PR
absolutely.
team, and then we got you.
Does that look
doing
like
something.
somebody who could write up a note at that
the
time?
note does. You can automatically tell the note was not written. by him.
No, but it
Yeah.
doesn't even matter. That's something that needs to be put forth for the world of fans to realize that he knows what's happening. He acknowledges it, and things are happening to better whatever is going on or whatever. But this right here, this is really. I think this is sincere, man. I can't look at this man's intentions like. I don't know, man. I'm gonna take it as sincere. There's 8 people that died. Put yourself in that position. You have a festival in your city where you grew up with family and friends
And
in
the
Houston.
People, the people that died, I think 7 out of 8 of them were from Houston, or 6
Look
out
at
of 8,
that.
the majority.
Come on, his own people.
Which shocked me, but it makes sense. But I was like, obviously, it's such a big festival. People travel from
Jesus
everywhere in the
Christ.
world.
100%. But the majority is definitely gonna be
Yeah,
from
because
there.
it's Houston,
Oh
such
my
a big
And a
city,
lot
big
of the
states.
people you saw, like they broke down fences and shit. They broke in even without like paying and shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not the first time, because my friend, she told me that her friends did that last time it
Yeah.
happened. They didn't fucking pay. They just broke in. I'm sorry,
Wow.
I'm not saying names and shit, right? But they just fucking broke in. 'cause it's
Allegedly.
like, they just did that shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
It just
This is a tragic situation. This is. I don't know how any artist can, recover from this. People are talking about the Astroworld is not gonna happen anymore.
I think it probably won't.
You don't.
Specifically-
Why
I don't
not?
think so. I don't
I think
think so.
'cause
I think it will.
I don't think so.
Because the thing is, you have 2 things. We have the perception, like in media, and just like gonna criticize it no matter what, right? Because it's like when something happens, oh, I don't want to do that again. Like you kind of want to learn from that. Like, oh, this is that.
The only way I can see it happening again is like legit, like security is fucking.
Not
Just
even
tight
just
as fuck,
security.
bro.
Firstly,
Everything.
security
Staff.
needs to tighten the fuck
More-
up.
more-
and not
more
only I feel so
security.
You have to
bad.
have people
You
that know what the fuck they're doing.
50,000 people, dog.
separating more, like
have to have
general
people-
mission not being that
Yeah.
big. you know
Yeah,
what I'm
we
saying?
need a lot more security. Period. Just the amount of
Yeah. Be-
security.
better fucking EMS, all of that.
I
shit,
saw
like,
security that was mad because the kids were breaking in and they started tripping kids.
Mhm.
Did you see that?
So-
I was tight. I was like,
sorry
don't
for
be
laughing.
mad. Just you're outnumbered,
Yeah.
bro. You're outnumbered. It is what it is.
But then it's definitely because it's like obviously it's his festival, right? But then you can blame the staff. But then who is making the ultimate decision with the staff? I would think it's him. But now if he comes
I don't
out,
know.
I don't think so.
No,
At all.
That shit goes through so many different
Honestly,
people.
That's what he would have to
honestly,
confirm.
I don't think
Nah.
Travis has the
Anything
only thing
to
he has
do.
to worry about is him performing. Other
And
than
the
that,
aesthetic probably.
his
and,
team,
and he okay shit. But
his
like
maybe.
the
team
shit like
is the one
that.
handling all that shit.
And my
Hell
thing is, this is
no.
how this is what the third annual.
Third.
So he's had to have some sort of hiccups, similar issues, definitely probably no deaths or nothing like this, where he maybe had to make some adjustments, right? So then that would have to be ran by him. Because if this is the first one, you can be like, oh, he probably never really ran from him. He hires, like, let's say, Rolling Loud. Like, they do a lot of people's tours. So you can probably hire Rolling Loud's, like, team that does that type of thing, like medic staff, security, and then you just have to pay. You don't even got to do no reviews, whatever. But then this is his festival. So I'm assuming that he would be the guy that makes the ultimate decision.
I don't think so at all.
You know,
I think he's so far away from that.
Maybe aesthetically.
I think aesthetically is
You
the
know?
most.
I'd
But
be-
other
I'd-
than that,
I'll
like
tell you this much.
security stuff
Going
like
forward,
that,
I would hope
doubt it.
so. I would hope so to some degree, whether it's like a little bit of like, okay, like people
Because
to
like
narrow it
at the
down
end of the
and
day,
then you pick.
that's why you pay the fucking teams
Yeah.
and like the security and
100%.
all of that.
I don't
shit,
gotta
you
worry
feel
about
me?
that. I show up and I do my
That's
job.
what I'm saying. It's like
Doing
I'm
it-
giving
my-
you the fucking
Yeah,
cash.
but it's
your
his festival. That's
job.
how I'm looking at it. That's me. I'm looking at it like it's his festival.
Yeah, I mean,
But I
that,
think you're
he's
looking
gonna
at
be the
it
one they're gonna
Astro
attack.
Fest,
100%.
He's Mr. Astro.
No, yeah, but I think you're looking at it like it's your house party. You know what I'm saying? It just because it's your
Yeah.
house, you know what I'm saying? Like that's small scale.
But I don't want
You
him to sit down
control.
through everyone. But at the end of the day, let's say you narrowed it down. They interviewed 50 people. Now they got 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to be like, I want him to be like, all right, so who are the, okay, let's see. Because it's not going to take much out of his time. It's not going to do nothing. And then just for his own eye, he's Mr. Rager. So he's going to know he's dealt with these securities at these other concerts and other people's festivals where he'll literally be like he'll call them out for not doing their job.
Yeah, for sucking.
He does that all the
Yeah,
time
I seen
at
that.
other people's things. So this is your thing. So we want to have you at least be like Mr. you know you're getting the top of the line when it comes to that. But at the same time, the flexible ones, because he wants the flexible ones, he always wants to have fun and wants these people to like, don't grab the kid, let him come on stage, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But then when you do that fully, then you might be skipping some things where you're hiring the wrong people, because you can't have medical staff that doesn't know how to do medical shit. That's the thing.
That's a tragedy, man.
That's the thing.
That there was a nurse, she put up a tweet, and she was like, this is the worst display of, you know, professionalism I've seen from medical staffs or whoever. People not even know how to do CPR. That's so basic, and like, you don't have people who can know how to do that. Yeah. She had to do that to her, like, for like 5 different people, she said. Like, come on, dog. Like,
that's crazy.
What is going on? So she said they were giving people CPR who were still had pulse, who still had pulse and shit, like, who was still breathing, dog. Like, you're fucking, like, oh my God.
So, at the end of the day, we need more details, everything further. But people are going to have their own opinion. It's going to happen no matter what, with anything in life. And at the height of cancel culture, this is happening. I pray for Travis.
I just don't know how we can put the blame on Travis.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I think it's deeper. Maybe partial for like maybe, but I don't think you can be like full on, this is Travis. Because like I said, that would have to be in a perfect world, but this is not a perfect world. Yeah. He didn't know necessarily he was dying.
It has to, it's his team.
If someone had a fucking board or like a whiteboard or something, like a poster. It's
not Travis.
Maybe.
Yo, fucking do drugs, get fucking fucked up. That kid, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? It's like none of that shit. It's like, it has to be his fucking team. They're the ones with the security. They're the one making sure that the fucking paramedics are there. They're the ones who handle all of that shit, bro.
I'll tell you this much. People go to have a good time at a festival. In the midst of the pandemic, people, maybe this is why more than ever, people are just so excited. They're just so amped up. Yeah. They want to have a good time.
They've been closed off, and they're going at 1,000, everything they do.
Absolutely. And it's sad to think about that you went, my child went, I let my child leave the house, 18 years old, to have a good time at a show. Mom, I'm going to Travis Scott Festival. I'm going with blah, 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 blah. And your child doesn't come back home. That's a tragedy, man.
14, nigga.
14 years old. And you as a father, no, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that, you know. And I pray, man, that if there is a direct connection, let's say like an actual man who was injecting people, even if he's not, especially if he's connected to the deaths, but even if he's not, we need to lock that man up. That 100%. Man needs to be prosecuted for life. Like, what is this? This cannot go on. This is not Grand Theft Auto. This is real life. There's real families being affected, and you cannot be just out here for the sake of being out here. Like, it's like, oh, let's turn up, and you're forcing people to turn up, and let me stab him with this, and we got to take this. What is going on? Like, what are we living in? Like, has life become, has this world, has this country become that, like, frustrated where you got to do that? Like, what is going on? Like, that's evil. And that's got to be categorized as terrorism. That's got to be categorized. If he's poking multiple people, I guarantee you he's not cleaning the needle and then wiping the needle. He's using the same needle, stabbing people with the same needle.
With something that's against
what
their will.
This?
You want to get lit? Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
Nigga, you're evil, dog.
What is this?
It's like a horror film.
Yeah, man.
Literally, somebody describe it, a concert in hell.
Whoever the fuck it is needs to rot in fucking jail, honestly.
God bless, man. I want to move away from this topic.
Rest in peace to those who have fallen.
Yeah.
Prayers, and yeah, man, hold your head up, guys. This is not normal. This is not okay. It's okay to feel emotional about it, because it's not okay. We don't want this to ever happen.
And
again.
You would love to see these artists contribute. I want to see that. I would like to see that moving forward.
Man. God bless.
God bless these families.
They gon' love me for my ambition.